My name is Rudy, and this is Rudy on the Line. Today I have put together this short tutorial to show you the technical aspects of starting a blog using free hosting services and a free domain name. Before we get started, go ahead and open up your web browser so that you can have your email to hand, as well as getting the sites ready that we'll be using for the free hosting service, as well as the free domain name registration. The domain name registration service we'll be using is called Freenom, and that can be found at freenom.com, and the web hosting service we'll be using is called @space, and that's @space.com. Step 1. Let's find and register a domain name. Quick introduction to the Freenom service. When you search for a domain name, it will automatically list all of the free options at the top here. Yes, they are very weird top level domains, but they are free nonetheless. Let's go ahead and find a domain name. The one I'm going for is called Startup Advice, purely because it is something that I'm going through at the moment and probably have a few thoughts to share on the matter. So as you can see, we've got .tk.ml, .ga.cf and .gq available. The top level domain I'll be choosing is this .gq option. No particular reason, it just stands out more than the others for me. So once you've selected which one you want to register, click on the Get It Now button. Once you've selected your domain, click on the Checkout button, which will take you through to the registration more options, where you can either forward this domain or use DNS. You can come back to these options later, as we don't have the hosting set up yet. You can select a free period from 1 month up to 12 months. Once you've set the 12-month period for free registration, go ahead and click the Continue button. At this stage you'll be asked to register an account. You can either register by email or you can sign in via Google or Facebook sign in. I'll be using email in this instance. And once that's done, head over to your email, click the verification link. Once you have verified your email address, you'll have some details to fill out to complete the registration. Once you're done, just click the Complete Order button at the bottom. After completing the order, you'll get an order confirmation and an order number. This is also emailed to you. Go ahead to the client area. When you go through to the client area, it will ask you for your login details. If you're registered by email, enter your email and password here. If you use Google or Facebook, just click the respective button. Once you've logged in, this is what you'll see. Using the menu at the top under Services, go to My Domains, and that's where you'll find all of your registered domains with Freenom. For now, this is all we need to do with the domain registration, so we'll head over to the web hosting setup next. Step 2. Register for free web hosting. Head over to the @space tab and click on the Sign Up button on the front page. To register for an account, you just need to enter your name, email address and select a password, or you can sign up using the Facebook or Google buttons. Once you've entered those details, click the Register Now button. Once registered, again it will ask you to verify your email address. Once you've verified your email account, it will bring you to this login page, so go ahead and log in. Once you've logged in to @space, this is your control panel. In the AppSpace control panel on the left hand side, you'll see some account statistics. So you get 1000 megabyte of disk space, or 1 gigabyte, you get unlimited traffic, you get one domain name that can be hosted or transferred, you get 3 subdomain names and 1 SQL database, which is required for setting up WordPress, and you also get 1 email account. Step 3. Transfer your domain. Head over to the Domain Manager under the Website Manager section, and once it's loaded, the option that we'll be using is to host a domain as opposed to transferring a domain. When you transfer a domain or a domain name, you're limited to these top level domains. In this instance, as I've used the .gq top level domain, using the hosted domain option, I can enter it exactly. So go ahead and enter your domain name, then click on Host Domain. Once the domain hosting has been set up successfully, you'll get some instructions on the screen for what you need to do at the domain registration side. So basically what this is the domain needs to be pointing at the web hosting account. So make a note of these 2 DNS servers. So make a note of these 2 DNS servers, ns1.attspace.me and ns2.attspace.me. And as it says here, it can take up to 1 hour for the DNS replication to go through. In the worst cases, I've only ever experienced it to take as long as 10 to 15 minutes. Keep this pop-up open for reference so that you can copy these DNS server names. Head back over to your Freenom account and click on Manage Domain. Select the Management Tools menu and click on Name Servers. You'll be given 2 options by default. The Freenom name servers are in use, but we want to enter some custom name servers. It gives you the option to enter up to 5. Obviously, we've only been given 2, NS1 and NS2 from AppSpace. So go ahead and enter those. Once you've entered both, click on Change Name Servers. You'll get a confirmation that the changes have been saved successfully. Head back over to your AppSpace account, close the pop-up. To check the status of your name server repointing, next to where your hosted domain is listed, click on See a Preview. You'll see if it's not replicated yet, you'll get this message saying domain is not replicated. Once you've entered the details into the Freenom management tools, click on Replicate Now. If it's still not updated, you'll get the same pop-up as before. At this stage, don't worry if it says the domain is not replicated yet. As it did say, it can take 1 to 24 hours at the very worst. Step 4. Install WordPress. In the AppSpace control panel, head back to the dashboard by clicking the dashboard button in the top left corner. Scroll down to the Website Manager section and click on the Zaki Installer option. This pop-up shows you what's available with the free AppSpace hosting account. The one we want is WordPress, so go ahead and click on that. It will offer you some theme options. You can ignore these at this stage by just clicking the next button in the bottom right corner. It will also offer to install some plugins. The default options are fine, although you may wish to add a few, and it's worth adding some useful ones, for example the broken link checker, contact form 7, which is very handy, XML sitemap as well as email sending, and then click next once you've selected the plugins you wish to install. It will ask you which domain you want to install it on. From the drop down you should see your hosted domain there. In my case I've got www.startup-advice.gq. If you want to change the installation path so that it sits elsewhere, for instance, if you already have a main site, you may wish to change the installation path to /blog. You can do that. Otherwise, if you leave it blank, it will just stick it on the main page. You can enter a website title here. Enter your administrator email address. If you've created an email account using the free email account that's provided with AdSpace, you can enter that here. Otherwise, you can just use your normal email address. Then enter a username and password and click next. At this point it will confirm the details to you. If everything's correct, click the Install Now button. Then just sit back and wait for it to finish. Once the WordPress installation is complete, you can scroll back up to the top and close the Zaki installer. The next step is to ensure that the WordPress installation did complete successfully. To get to your WordPress dashboard, go to the address bar at the top, type in /wp-admin. This will load the WordPress login screen. Go ahead and enter your username or email address and password and click the login button. Once you've logged in, you'll see the WordPress dashboard. Next up, we'll have a look at installing and customizing a theme, as well as configuring any plugins that are required. Head over to your WordPress dashboard. If you see any red icons for updates, you can ignore these for now because we will get to them next. But first, there is some demo content that comes with the default WordPress installation. If you go to the posts section, you'll see there is a Hello World post. You can just go ahead and delete or trash that one. Then head over to the pages section. You'll see there is a sample page. You can also go ahead and delete that one. Next, we'll head over to the plugins. And there are a few plugins that we can go ahead and remove. So first of all, the Hello Dolly, that can be deleted. For doing multiple updates at once, you can see we've got two plugins that require updating. Click the checkbox next to each one of them, go to the bulk actions drop down, select update and click apply. If you want to add any plugins, click on the add new button in the top left corner. From here you can search for a particular plugin if required. For example, if you want to add some security, you can do, and I think we will go ahead and do that. Once you've installed a plugin, it is not activated by default. So if you want to activate a plugin, you have to click the activate button. Again, to activate multiple plugins, you select them, go to bulk actions, click activate and apply. Next, let's go and select a theme. Generally, WordPress comes supplied with some of WordPress's own themes. If you want to activate, delete or preview a theme, simply click on the theme, and at the bottom you've got the options to activate, live preview, and in the bottom right you've got the delete button. In this instance we're just going to delete that one that we don't want to use. We'll activate this one for now, and we'll delete the other unused theme. At the top left, let's click on Add New to select a nicer theme. Initially you're presented with featured themes. You can also select by search by popular, the latest, and favorites if you've got a favorites list. I think for now, as this one looks quite nice, I'm just going to go ahead and install it. Same as with the plugins, once a theme is installed you have to activate it. Before I activate this one, I'm going to add a couple more, just for the sake of having the option to switch between themes if one doesn't work out as well as it should. At any point you can click on the theme itself and it will give you a live preview as well as some more information. Click the X in the top left corner to go back. Once you've found a theme that you like, go ahead and install it. I'll be going with Console Press Lite and activate it. So let's have a little preview. And there we go. So you can see now that demo post has been removed. There's no content on the page, but there's a nice blank canvas to start creating. The next step, once you've selected your theme, is to customize it. Under the Appearance menu item, click on the Customize option. This will actually take you to a new page where it gives you a live preview of your site and some settings on the left hand side. It's worth going through these options one by one, having a play around with them and seeing which options work best for you and your preferences. For instance, we got layout, we got wide or boxed. Currently it's wide, so it fills the screen entirely, or if you select boxed, it will give you a live preview of the boxed layout so that you have blank areas to the left and to the right. We'll stick with the wide layout so it fills the screen. Site identity. This is where you can load a logo, which will be displayed at the top. You can change the site title and a tagline as well. The site icon, if you choose to upload one, is what appears in your browser tabs, as what also known as a favorite icon. The widgets can be a bit fiddly, so it's worth having a play around with, see which ones work best and which ones offer you the look you're after. Once you're happy with all the changes you've made, click the Publish button at the top. Once it's complete, click the X in the top left corner and that will take you back to your WordPress dashboard. Once you're back at the dashboard, head over to the Pages section. What we're going to do is create a few pages so that we can build up a menu on the page to see what it looks like. Click the Add New button. Once the page is loaded, give your page a title. So a fairly generic about page. We won't put any content in just yet, we just want to create the pages at this stage. So once it's done, click the publish button, and again click the add new button at the top, and we'll add a contact page and click publish again. Head back to the appearances section and click on customize. Select your widgets. In the footer, let's remove the recent posts widget. Let's add one. We'll select the pages widget, and now you'll see there's a list of links to all your pages. Although I don't think that location in this instance works well, so if we go to the sidebar, under the search, we'll add a widget, go to pages, we'll give it a new title, navigate. That sounds good. Sort by page title, that's fine. We don't want to exclude any pages at this stage, and click done when we're happy with it. If you want to preview your site, just press the refresh button. And there we go. And the little bonus section, I'll find you where to find some beautiful royalty-free images and photography to use on your blog. When writing new posts, you have the option to add a featured image, something that's on topic, for instance, for what you're talking about. When you click set featured, in the bottom right corner, click on set featured image, and it will ask you to upload a file. My go-to resource for royalty-free images and photographs is unsplash.com. All of these images are very high quality, as well as being completely free to use. So let's search something businessy. That one there looks good. Click the download icon. It's downloaded to my downloads folder. Go downloads, find the image and upload it. Once the image is finished loading, you can add in a caption and a few other details. It's worth adding an alt text description, purely for SEO purposes down the line, and then click on set featured image. The featured image then displays in the bottom right corner. You can remove it and change it if need be. Set a, if I can spell properly, set a title for your post and add some content. I'm not going to add anything just yet, that takes a lot longer. And once you're happy with it, click on the publish button. Once it's published, head over to your site, hit the refresh button, and you should see your first blog there. Now you'll see it will come up as uncategorized, and you've got the author name, in which case this is just my generic net handle. You can change all of that in the settings tab, or if you do want to add categories, you can actually add categories here.